It's Friday, May 7th, 2021, and this is The Inbox with Greg Nibler. Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. I am indeed Greg Nibler. This is The Inbox with my name on it. And also hit subscribe to Two Box Media, wherever you are finding this show, whenever you are finding it. We do appreciate that greatly. And this is a quick episode again today, but today we're going to be focusing on space. Yeah, if you watch this show, you know I love space. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about doom, because here is the potential of something that could happen this weekend. A Chinese rocket could fall on your head. Now, the likelihood is slim. It's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to hit you. The chances are very infinitesimal, but nonetheless, it still could hit land. So here's what's going on. China has been working on a new space station of their own, and this is part of a rocket that was bringing up pieces of that new space station. And this is the rocket itself. It's called the Chinese Long March 5B, and there is a part of it, a pretty big part of it, a 23-ton piece of it that could be falling back to Earth, or will be falling back to Earth, and right now it's out of control. Now, normally when a rocket goes up or some kind of space debris is falling back in, it's controlled. They actually dial it in to use up all the fuel, have it burn up in the atmosphere, or if it's not going to completely burn up, to be controlled to land in a very remote part of the ocean so that nothing can actually be hit by it. This one, they have no idea. It is hurtling right now at about, I think it's 17,000 miles an hour as it travels around. It's going very fast, and they don't know, there's no way to predict exactly when and where it will come in, although they do think it'll be sometime between March 8th and March 10th. It's kind of crazy to me that in all this huge advancements that we have for space travel and a space station and everything else that we're going to talk about here in just a minute, that we still can't predict where that is. And it just shows how hard that is to do, especially when you have these top-notch scientists that don't know. So there's a 70% chance it would land on water. That's because of, how the Earth is set up with oceans and water. So there's a good chance it will hit that. But just the fact that we don't know, and it's probably, since this is actually specifically designed to withstand very high temperatures, they think that most likely a good chunk of it is going to make it through and will crash somewhere. So they will have a couple of hours notice, most likely, whenever it does enter in, to predict where it's going to land. So just be paying attention over the next couple of days. I'm not saying a rocket's going to land on you. I'm just saying that there's a chance. We'll just leave it there. Although I guess there's always technically a chance. So don't worry about it too much. Let's go on to something else, though. A rocket that didn't explode or crash, and that is the Starship SN15, the latest test for SpaceX on this ship that will eventually take people to the moon and beyond, to Mars, different iterations of it. This is the first time, though, with 100% complete success. They sent it up for a test launch. It flipped over on its side. It came down. It landed successfully, and then nothing. It didn't explode. And that's what's happened previously for some of these tests. Again, tests. There's nobody on these, but still a huge success for Starship and for SpaceX with this one. Now, since they were able to do this, they actually skipped ahead, I believe, from the SN11 to the SN15, skipping ahead quite a few to get this done. And that's something that they said, that with this thing, with the SN15 and all the improvements on it, that they believe they may actually use this one again, even for another test. But certainly moving along fast. Now, the timeline for this is that potentially next year or later this year, I mean, that changes all the time, but eventually people are going to be in these for an actual humans on board test flight. Potentially later this year was originally what it was planned. We'll have to see how many more of these they can do without exploding. But then going forward, it's to send people into space, including the Dear Moon project, which is coming up in a couple of years, where I believe it's 12 people will be riding along with a Japanese billionaire. I applied to be on that. I don't know if I got accepted yet, but eventually these things will be taking people to space, and that's including both commercial reasons, scientific reasons, and for tourism. All of that's going to be part of this, so pretty cool to see a successful landing. Final thing I have here is something for you about Mars, and we've been talking about the Ingenuity helicopter and the success that has had quite a bit here on the show, but now you can actually not only see it, but hear it. So just playing it right now, here's a brief clip of this video that NASA put out. Go watch the entire thing for the JPL. And this is a brief clip, though, of what it sounds like as this helicopter Ingenuity is flying on Mars. know, I could probably make that sound here too, but it's still really, really cool to actually hear it and just show how amazing that is. And it's getting ready to do another flight in this series of flights that it's got while it still has the lifespan to do it. So far, just really, really successful. It's going to be part of planning the routes for the Perseverance rover so it can actually see where it's going to go, help guide that a little bit, help it look for microbial life. But again, really incredible, and expect some more footage to be coming of that over the weekend too. So something else to look forward to with Mars and all of this amazing footage that they've been sending back. So there you go. A very quick update for the inbox with Greg Nibler. I know it's a short one today. I promise you here in the next couple of weeks, we'll be back to our regular shows and longer and have our more interviews and everything that goes along with that. But I thought this was some cool space stuff to talk about for the weekend to keep you up to date on. Hit subscribe, follow me at Greg Nibler, follow 2box Media, send us an email, info@2boxmedia.com, whatever it is you'd like to do. You know, if you want to comment on my crazy mad scientist hair, that's fine. I definitely have kind of a mad scientist look going on today. What are you going to do? That's just the kind of day it is. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon with another episode of The Inbox.